questions are done from the passive. The third question. What is the wisest thing for an author to do to protect himself or herself? What is the wisest thing for an author to do to protect himself or herself? Now, don't think this is the entire question. The entire question is something else. What is the wisest thing for an author to do to protect himself or herself? Now, the question is himself or herself because in the paragraph the gender was not mentioned. From the criticism of merciless reviewers. Okay. What is the wisest thing for an author to do to protect himself from the criticism of merciless reviewers? Because reviewers or critics do a lot of criticism. The first option was to defend him or herself strongly. Now you can understand from this very option that it is not possible. How can you defend a criticizer or a reviewer? That is quite important. How many reviewers will you defend? That is not possible. The second option was to follow the example of Keats and endure it painfully. Okay, this was the second option where the mention of Keats was there in the paragraph. So Keats reference is done here. The third option was to maintain a stoic silence. Okay, so this was the third option, that is to be silent and not to defend or say anything for yourself or defend your writing or anything as such. Okay, this was the third option. So you can understand from the third option only what can be the correct answer. But still we'll go on to the fourth question, fourth option. To take a stand against insult and offense. Okay, this was the fourth option. So all the four options are given here. From here you can identify the correct answer. Let me read out. To defend him or herself strongly, to follow the example of Keats, to maintain a stoic silence, to take a stand against insult and offense. So from here you can understand the correct option will be option number C, that is to maintain a stoic silence. Okay. With this being done, we'll proceed on to the fourth question. Okay. The fourth question is, what does the phrase run the gauntlet mean in the given extract? Okay, run the gauntlet was a phrase that was mentioned in the paragraph. So if you have any problem or you can't understand what it is relating to, please follow the paragraph, download it, or just see, log on to the website and you can see. The first option given to this was to engage in flattery to appease someone. Okay, to engage in flattery. I hope you know the word, the meaning of the word flattery. So the first option was to engage in flattery to appease someone or to be in favor of someone. Appease means to be in favor or in good terms of with someone. The second option given was to ignore your opponents. Okay, the third option, option number C. Okay, ignore your opponents means the ones who are against you. Opponent, the word opponent means the ones who are against you or the people who are rival to you. The third option given was to be criticized or attacked by others. To be criticized or attacked by others. Okay. Now this is a very common part of a writer, to be criticized or attacked by others. The fourth option given was to challenge and defeat your critics through your writing. Okay, to challenge and defeat your critics through your writing. So these are the four options that is given to you. From this, you can understand what will be the correct answer. Okay, so you can guess, but I will give you the correct answer though. The correct option is C, to be criticized or attacked by others. Okay, what does the phrase run the gauntlet mean in the given extract? To be criticized or attacked by others. Moving on to the next question. So basically this will be the last question to our paragraph. Okay, since our paragraph has 5 questions, 4 questions are already done. So this will be the fifth question or the last question of this paragraph. Okay, the fifth question is, which of the following is a synonym for the word unscrupulous? Okay, now synonym means word with the same meaning. Okay, we have done all this during our childhood, synonym and antonyms. Okay, now which of the following is the synonym of the word unscrupulous used in the extract? Okay, this was the entire questions. Now again you will have 4 options for this. As I told you, synonym, you have to choose the word which is similar to the meaning of unscrupulous. Okay, I hope you know the meaning of unscrupulous, the opposite of scrupulous. Okay, the first given word given was demoralizing. Okay, demoralizing means demotivating and not inspiring, pulling someone down. That is demoralizing. Okay, Now coming to the second option. The second option given was covert. So the first option was demoralizing, second was covert. The third option that had been given to you for the word for the synonym of unscrupulous was incisive. Okay, incisive, incisive. Okay, so we have demoralizing, we have covert, we have incisive. Okay, the fourth and the last option which had been given to you was unprincipled. Okay, so this was the correct this was the four options that was given. So from the word unscrupulous, I hope you can find out. So four options: demoralizing, covert, incisive, and unprincipled. The correct answer will be option number D, that is unprincipled. Okay, so with this we have finished the first passage. Let me erase this, then we'll go on to the next one. Now, the second question was a poem was given. Okay, a poem was given, and again, 5 questions were asked from the poem. Okay, so if you read the poem just once and understand the meaning, then definitely you will be able to answer all the 5 questions that was relating to it. Okay, so the question was, read the following poem, Survivors. Read the following poem, Survivors. Okay, Survivors was the poem that was given in the paper 2020. So, it's all relating to the war and the glorification of war, the after effects of war, what usually happens to the soldiers or the people, the men after the war gets over, how they can glorify them, or what are the effects they face. Okay, they are the ones who are fighting the war. What is the cause of it? How they are traumatized. Okay, this is the question. And it was written by Siegfried Sassoon. Okay, you must have been known. Okay, Siegfried Sassoon. Okay, now I will read out the poem to you. It is impossible to write down such a big poem, so I'll just read out to you so that we can solve the questions directly. Okay, I will write only the questions, but the poem, for your convenience, I will read it out to you. Unlike the paragraph, since it was huge, I could not read that. So kindly understand that. So I will start reading the poem Survivors, written by Siegfried Sassoon. Okay. Now, as you know, I told you already that this is all about war. Okay. Now, starting the poem. No doubt they'll soon get well. The shock and strain have caused their stammering, disconnected talk. Of course, they are longing to go out again. These boys with old, scared faces learning to walk. They'll soon forget their haunted nights, their cowed subjection to the ghosts of friends who died, their dreams that drip with murder, and they'll be proud of glorious war that shattered all their pride. Men who went out to battle, grim and glad, children with eyes that hate you, broken and mad. Okay, this is the poem. Now, the question relating to this is, in the given poem, who is longing to go out again? Okay, Now, as I was reading the poem, you must have noticed I just did this, which is this phrase was given in the poem in inverted commas. That is longing to go out again. Longing means wishing or wanting, desperately wanting to go out again and lead a normal life. Okay, so this was the question in the poem. Who is longing to go out again? First option, the children who lost their parents. Okay, so this was the first option, the children who lost their parents due to war. Okay, so the object or the people talking about is the children. In the poem, who is longing out? Is it the children? Okay, now why these children specially? Because they have lost their parents in the time or in the course of war. The second option was the ghosts of dead friends. Okay, now you can, by just seeing this answer, this option, you can reject it because there is no need of the ghost of to go out again because they are already free. Okay, so you can directly reject the second option. So you can understand the option will be some other options, either A or C or D, that we will write. The third option was the soldiers who returned from war. Okay, the soldiers or the brave fighters who could survive with their life and they have returned from the war. Okay, this is the third option. Now coming to the fourth option, those who stammer and cannot walk properly. Those who stammer and cannot walk properly. Okay, stammer means that is because they must have faced any issue or any harm, any attack during the course of war. Okay, so with these four options being provided to us, let me read it out to you again. In the poem, who is longing to go out again? The correct option is C, the soldiers who returned from war, because they are all now stuffed into hospitals or in the reviving homes, so they want to go out. Okay, so this is the option C. Okay, now coming to the next question. Okay, sixth question is finished. Now coming to the seventh question relating to the same poem. The seventh question is, the central message of the poem is. Now talking of the central message of the poem. I have already discussed this poem with you. So you must have already got some idea about what the poem is. So the first option given was to glamorize and romanticize war. This was the first option. From the first option, do you think it will be, are we glorifying war in this poem or are we romanticizing a war in this poem? Let's find out the next options. To promote patriotism and nationalism. To promote patriotism and nationalism towards our own country. Okay, the soldiers who have fought for their own country. Now the third option. To excoriate war by pointing out its horrors. This is the third option. Okay. Excoriate war means to condemn war or to bring out the actual reality of the war, what is happening, and to point out its horrors. The fourth option is to condemn soldiers who fought in the war. Okay, to condemn the soldiers, to punish them, to blame them, to basically make them the blame for fighting the war. Okay, so out of these you can understand the third option, or the option C, will be the correct one. To excoriate war by pointing out its horrors. Okay, now coming to the next question, question number 8.